FreshTunes, I am here with New Machine. Mate, it's been a long time. Very. I feel like I haven't seen you for ages until today.
It's because you don't come see me.
Ah! Well, now I know where you live.
Yeah. I'm scared now. What's happening?
So, FreshTunes is all about new artists, and I understand you've got a new project that you're working on. Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, so I've got the New Machine stuff, which is like my solo producer singing project, like dance music, and I've always just been producing for other people's projects and just keeping busy remixes or whatever. And then me and this guy called Aaron London done a song for my project last year, and it just kind of birthed the sound that we kept kind of making for the last 6 months. We've got like 35 tracks, and it's like exciting. It's good just to have someone else to bounce off.
Songs That Made Me Then is a series about finding out the music that's got you to where you are. So I want to start at the very beginning. Let's talk about when you were growing up. What's one song that you really remember that epitomises your childhood? One song that reminds you of being little?
Charles and Eddie, Would I Lie to You?
Yes!
Yeah.
What a song!
Yeah, one of my favourite songs. Reminds me of my mum. I just remember her always playing it a lot. It wasn't really like a music house. My family are all Irish, and when we go over there, they're all like musicians and stuff. But like over here, where me and my mum have lived most of my life, it wasn't like one of them houses where you wake up in the morning and mum's cooking and there's like songs on in the background. It was never like that. I was always like when we were going in the car to school or to do something, like listen to music, and she always listened to specific.
What was the point that you knew that you were going to get into music, and was there one song that really sparked that?
Michael Jackson, really, and I remember Bad sticking out a lot from my childhood. I didn't know I wanted to do anything in particular, but I knew that I was in love with music from Michael Jackson. I was actually obsessed with him. I used to wear, well, I've still got them now, but like long white socks and black. I had tap dancing shoes for some reason. Didn't even tap dance, don't know why I've got them, but I used to be in the hallway just making noise and stuff, just doing all this shit, annoying my mum.
Can you moonwalk?
No, of course not. I can't dance, that's why I play guitar. It was when I was a bit older, my uncle gave me a few albums. My uncle used to play guitar. My granddad used to play, but he used to play like folk and all that stuff, and I was like into rock, so that didn't really appeal to me at all. But my uncle used to play electric guitar, and he had like ripped jeans and stuff, and he was like cool. He gave me Rage Against the Machine's first album, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication, Prodigy, Fat of the Land, a Blur album that I can't remember. It has 4 boxes and it's got all their faces in it and it looks cartoony. So those 4 albums shaped what I was going to do for like the next 5, 6, 7 years after that. I just wanted to be in bands and I wanted to play guitar. And then that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to be a painter before, like an artist. So I was kind of into that for years, but as soon as I found the guitar properly, after those albums, that was it.
What's one song in your life you've had an epiphany to, you've had a wake-up moment to?
I like songs that make you feel weird or just give you a feeling that you can't explain. Jose Gonzalez, Crosses, is like a really melancholy is sort of tune. Plan B covered it years ago, and he made a version of it that made me feel like I was dying. Like his whole rap verse was about bringing up a son that's always talking about him smoking, and then eventually at the end of the song he has cancer and he's dying of lung cancer. And he's on his deathbed talking to his son, and he's talking about I can see the light and all this other stuff, and it's like, it used to give me goosebumps.
Don't cry, know it's hard but you have to try. Hold it together and accept that I live my life, now I'm going to die. Of course I wish I could turn back time.
Talk about you with your mates. What's one track that will get you to the dance floor? With them all?
Candy, what's that tune actually called? Electric Slide and all of that, what's the tune? So
do you know dance?
Yeah, of course I do. As soon as it comes on, well, everyone in the whole room will be up anyway, that's why I like it, even people that don't, just everyone. That's the only song I've ever seen in the whole world that makes everyone in the room all in sync. It's actually weird, if you look at it from the outside in, it's really weird, but it's dope.
It's starting now, it's the same feeling, I always seem to get around, yeah.
So, obviously, you've toured the world, you've played some incredible venues, gigs. What's been one song that would highlight a moment for you that took your breath away amongst that?
Drake started from the bottom. Just because, I don't know, at the time, even though I'm not a millionaire, I'm nothing close to Drake or anything like that, but there's something about that song that relates to anyone, innit? Anyone can start from the bottom and get to the top. You don't have to be a rapper or anything. And it was at a time where I'd gone from rubbish situations to touring the world and doing loads of good stuff. There was a period where that was probably played in a dressing room and every car and every taxi and everything for about 6 months.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
A song that you've played on stage, that you've stood out and you've looked out and you've seen one of the best views of your life while you're playing it.
Don't know what song, so I'll just say Stay Too Long because that was the end of the set. And probably a gig we done in Dublin at Slane Castle supporting Eminem. It was like 90 to 100,000 people and I can't explain what it looked like. And there was people so far back that I was convinced they couldn't even see the screens even. So it was just mad to think that many people was there.
So for anyone that's watching this that wants to be in your position, what advice would you offer them?
These are when you start saying cliche, cheesy things that really are common sense, but work hard, be a bit social, because you can't make moves happen from your room all the time. Because I'm like a recluse as well, but I have to learn to just be out there a bit more and let people see my face and not be a myth. Work out what you are, because otherwise you're going to be asking other people, and then that's when you're going to compromise yourself and put yourself in positions that you shouldn't be in. So you have to really work out everything you want to do and believe in it, because if you don't believe in it, no one believes in you. And that's basically it in a nutshell. And there's a lot of people that can make good music and don't believe in it, and they can still blow, but they won't be around for 10 years. Or they won't know what move to make next because the first move wasn't even theirs. When you first start making music, you're not thinking about anything else besides whatever instrument you're playing or singing. You're not thinking about industry, you're not thinking about how do I work with artists, you're not thinking about deals, you don't know the word publishing deal or anything like that. It's all alien to you. When all these words start getting put in your head, it actually distracts you from the music for a long time. But everyone comes around full circle and then realises that the reason they're in the music industry is because they liked music. And then you forget about the industry side and just make music, and then that's when everything happens, really. That's what I think.
Ads, I rate you, and that advice at the end is completely priceless. Good luck with your project.
Thank you.
You're going to absolutely smash it, I'm sure.
Thank you.
New machine with FreshTunes.